Today on YouTube 101, copyright notices. Welcome to Mina Studio. My name's Nathan. With me as always is my public domain fan, Ronald. And welcome to YouTube 101 for churches. We're going to demystify some of the YouTube options and features you'll encounter. Today we're going to take a look at copyright on YouTube. Your church may have received a copyright claim or a copyright notice, so we're going to take a look at what exactly that is and if you should be worried about it. To do that, let's go to the YouTubes. Okay, so you got a copyright claim and you're freaking out. I know, I did with my first one too, but don't worry, it's probably not a big deal. Let me show you what a copyright claim is and what you should or shouldn't do about it. So if we go to content here, this is all of our videos, and you'll see under this restriction section here, if I scroll down, bam, copyright claim, bam, copyright claim, bam, copyright claim. You can see REAWAKEN has a lot of them currently. The tricky part with REAWAKEN is they're not actually copyrighted. Those are incorrect. But your church, if you're streaming a worship service and you're playing modern worship songs in it, you probably will have copyrighted music in your service. And even though you have a CCLI streaming license, which you should have if you're doing that, you might still get these copyright claims because YouTube has an automated ear, basically, that listens to your video, and it says, oh, this part matches this song, this part matches this song, this part matches this song, sends a notification to those copyright owners of those songs, and then they submit a copyright claim, basically. But if it just says copyright claim, you don't need to freak out. And you have a couple options for this. And a copyright claim is very different from a copyright strike, which I will talk about in just a little bit. So let's go to one of these copyright claims. Click See Details to see more information about it. And you can see their channel impact not affected. That's good news. And you can see your impact on video is down here. So it says this is eligible for revenue sharing because it's been identified as a cover song, which it's not. So that means that if I were to monetize this video and start making money off of it, then the copyright owner would get a piece of that, would get a share of that money. Now, for most churches, you're probably not monetizing your worship services. At least I kind of hope you're not monetizing your worship services. I'm not against monetization, just worship service probably isn't a good place for it. Now, the thing is, this may affect you because you can see here the copyright owner's policy monetized in some territories. So they may be putting ads on your video even though you have not. So what do you do about this? Well, you have a couple options. You can trim out the segment that contains the copyrighted song. You can replace the song with like an algorithmic replacing thing. You can mute that section of the video. For a worship service, you probably don't want to do any of those. And if you have a CCLI streaming license and you have the permission to use the song, you can go here to dispute. So here is where you would say, hey, I have permission to use this song. These here are not valid reasons, so you'd click My dispute isn't based on any of the reasons above. Continue. Then if you have a CCLI streaming license to use that song, you would select this one, License. I have permission or a license to use the content claimed in this video. So you'll select that one. This is just some warnings. You say I have permission. Select that. Continue. Then here you'll type the details. So you'll say this is a worship song covered by our CCLI streaming license. You can put a link to the CCLI page or your account or things like that that are relevant. Check all these boxes, type out your name, submit, and then they'll review it to see if it's valid, which it should be. And then if so, they'll release that copyright claim. So if you want to dispute your copyright claim, that is how you do it. If you're going to dispute your copyright claim, make sure you do have rights or a license to use that song. Because if you dispute it and you don't actually have the rights or you are just lying, then you can get a copyright strike. And a copyright strike is where you need to worry. You have 3 strikes, because of baseball. You have 3 copyright strikes. After 3 copyright strikes, not copyright claims like this, but a copyright strike, then your channel is deleted. Your channel is gone. But again, when you see this copyright claim, that is not a copyright strike. It's not a punishment for your channel. You'll only get a copyright strike, one, if the owner decides they immediately want to give you a copyright strike, in which case you can still appeal if you have the license. Or two, you've gone through the dispute and you didn't actually have rights to the song, or you were lying about it, then you could get a copyright strike. And even with one copyright strike, if you use it on a live stream, then you can't live stream for 90 days. So you really don't want to get a copyright strike. Definitely don't want to get 3, because then your channel's gone. But just a copyright claim is not something that you need to worry about. You're not being penalized. You're not in trouble. So that's how you deal with copyright claims. Again, if you're playing copyrighted songs in your worship service, make sure you have that CCLI streaming license so you actually do have permission to use those songs in your streams. Thank you for joining me. Hope you learned something helpful today. And stick around because more YouTube 101 for churches is on the way. So good luck on YouTube. And if you did find this video helpful, please subscribe to Mina Studio for more videos just like it. And I will see you back here next week.